How's it going, doubles? I'm Bunny with ASC. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going over the latest prizes for the event Incursion. It's the latest thing coming to Vega, and it's going to be starting sometime next Thursday, give or take around, I'd say 3 or 4 p.m. Central Standard. If you don't know what the time frame is, just look for it on Thursday and Wednesday and you'll see the countdown coming your way. So, what do we got coming our way? Well, we've got a few good things and a few not so good things and a few things I don't know what to make heads or tails of. So let's jump straight on in. First up is going to be known as the Tempest Driver. This thing, from watching the video, which you should be looking at right about now, it looks somewhat like a close range similar to the Gemini drivers, where it's mostly close range, but it does a hell of a lot more DPS than most of the weapons in Vega as they send now. And for projectile, which typically have been more long range, the DPS on this damn thing is just massive. 76 on the Mark III version, does 76 DPS with a massive 713. We don't know a lot about it because of most of the details have just been blocked off. We won't learn more about them until it gets closer to time. But based on the video, it seems to be, as it shoots, it hits its target, it spreads outwards, similar to a shotgun type pattern, but it also has the added benefit of appearing to be able to deal damage to other ships behind the initial target. We've seen that done in several of the other projectiles based, even in some of the latest explosive based weapons, but never on something this close range. With the massive DPS it already has, that could mean a major damage fall on any kind of fleets that are just trying to rush straight up on you. Add in some of the ability modifiers that we already have for projectiles, it could be a pretty deadly combination. The only downside I can see so far is that it is Demon Corps only. Now the next one, this one's something that we really have nothing on. We don't have any kind of damage, we don't have much, we have no range, but we do have about 3 seconds worth of clip from the video of the reverb ray. Now to me this appears to be something similar to the echo ray, but without more information, with just this 3 seconds of video, it's kind of hard to make a really good assumption on what its abilities and capabilities are going to be. So with that, I'm just going to leave it up in the air and let speculations fly. It could be exactly like the echo, just more powerful with a more limited range of bounce capability. It's one of those things we just don't have enough information about at the moment, so let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you think it's going to be similar to the echo ray or something completely different? I don't know. With that being said, let's jump on over to the next one. That is, well, at this point it really shouldn't be in the game. It's called the Striker Shield, and while technically it's not in the game yet, it is a cutter only rechargeable shield. Yeah, rechargeable cutters. Now whoever came up with this has got to either be paid a whole lot at Kexi or is about to be getting paid a whole lot less, because cutters continuously take damage, whether they're chasing, whether they're just going head to head, whether they're going up against base. Having rechargeables on cutters just typically do not make sense. Now they do have a resistance factor. From my understanding, it's going to be energy and explosive based resistance, which is good and it's really nice, but not so nice when it's on cutters. Now the only saving grace I could only assume, because keep in mind we don't have all of the base stats for any of these are simply coming from the information we've gained from Kexi through legs, through the videos, things of that nature. So the only saving grace I could see this having would be is if it continuously recharged. If this thing continuously recharged at a rate of 288 energy per second, which to me is actually kind of high, more medium to high range, because that would be pretty quick for a recharge. If it had no delay time between the recharge, that is the only way I could see it being of any use at all. That would honestly be a little OP, but it would be pretty cool to see at the same time. So I'm going to leave this one up to speculation as well, but we do have more stats. Maximum mass is 720 tons, and with an energy of 2,880 at the Mark III version. But not bad. I don't know. Depends on what the refresh or the delay time on it will be. That'll really be the deciding factor of whether this will be worth going for. Otherwise, it's going to be a piece of shit and should have never been placed into the game, considering it is cutter only. Now then, the last piece of tech we have for this event are going to be the armored thrusters. Now these things are going to be an absolute must-have for anyone using Demon Corps, and in my opinion are going to really break the game. I'm going to get into that part a little bit later, but as far as the stats for the armored weapon, we have more stats on this than anything else. Think fusion thrusters, but better. They give 10% more speed, or actually I'd be thinking about like 8 or 9% more speed, but where fusion thrusters are 80 milliseconds, these are 90. whereas the turning speed takes a 1-point hit, bringing it down to 7 degrees per second, but that is still extremely manageable. Strafe, as always, takes a negative 33% hit, slowing down any kind of strafing you're going to do, but if you're turning and firing, you're not really going to have to worry about that, just like with Fusion. Although, you will get a 1035 health bonus with these particular thrusters. And with the Demon Core, which it is specifically to, we'll definitely need the extra health. Overall, that's about all of the type of weapons we've got, but we've still got our 2 main ships that you're going to be able to acquire. One of which is going to be an absolute must-have for any new players of the game, and some of your old ones who just need a better carrier. The Ragnarok is coming into this event, and if you don't have one, get it. It doesn't matter if you don't have any of the Demon Core stuff yet, and you feel like you'll fall even more behind, because if you don't have the Ragnarok, you're already behind as it is. The Ragnarok was one of the ships in the games that has become a crucial part to any kind of battle. You go into any of the FEFs, FEPs, BBBs, anything, you're going to see a Ragnarok in most situations. Occasionally you'll see others, but the Ragnarok is where it's at. That's the boss of this game right now because of how powerful it is. It's agility filled, coupled with just the marked versions being able to take and deal so much damage. It's just one of those ships you've got to have. Now, with that being said, if you've got the Ragnarok, go ahead and go for the Basilisk Cutter. But the only thing about it is Demon Core are known to be about damage with low amounts of armor. Cutters do not survive very long, which is why the Iron Star's cutters are amazing. They can deal out enough damage and be able to take that damage right back and still be able to keep going, whereas I'm not so sure about the Basilisk Cutters. Granted, they're getting this new type of shields, they're getting the armored thrusters, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to compensate for their lack of armor. The only thing we have to consider really is that the Demon Core have typically had higher base armor than most of the other ships. They even have higher than the Iron Star, whereas Iron Star can equip more armor. Their base defense is still lower. So it could be the saving grace, I'm not sure. Just gonna have to watch them and see. Now, before I wrap things up, there's one thing I want to go over, and it's the armored thrusters. In my opinion, these are going to literally break the game again, even more so than it already is, and that's saying something. Remember back when we had the great rebalance that balanced all of the ship speeds down into the same categories so that no one had a particular advantage depending on what ship they used? Yeah, this is gonna recreate the thing that the Great Balance took away, remember? Because our Zeals were faster than our Dreads were pretty close to the Zeals, but everything was faster than a Fury. Yeah, this is causing Demon Core stuff to then be faster than everything else, which is the exact same problem supposedly we had to begin with, which in my opinion it wasn't much of a problem. It was a problem for Kexi, not so much a problem for us. It's literally causing our stuff to be faster depending on the class that it is, because it is class specific. I don't understand who at Kexi thought that this was how we were supposed to be going, the direction that we were supposed to be moving the game. They're literally creating faster class ships based on specific weapons and tech added onto those ships. So you're causing the exact same problem that was supposed to be fixed the first time around with the Great Rebalance. I just don't make any kind of sense. Maybe Lex can pitch in on this. Maybe somebody can explain to me how this particular type of item, which granted only gives 10 points extra to the armored thrusters, but it's only for Demon Core ships. That's literally causing the exact same problem we had before the Great Rebalance all over again. And I've repeated myself enough. Alright, Rebels, let me know what you guys think of the event. I'm looking forward to it. I've got a little time Friday and Monday that I'm going to try to complete the entire thing. Hopefully the whole damn event doesn't go off like it did last time, and hopefully it's a lot of fun. I really hope so. The prizes and overall, what I'm going for are probably going to be Tempest Driver, Reverb Ray, Strike Shields if they're any good, Armored Thrusters. I don't really give a damn about the Cutter, to be honest, and I've got the Ragnarok. I'll go for the Cutter if I've got the time, but I don't think I'm going to. So, who knows what's going to happen. Hi, Rebels. Let me know in the comments if you like, comment, sub, all that good stuff. I think that covers everything. Laters. Peace.